Roomies. Welcome back.
Yes.
Me, Maria, and my former college roommate, Lindsay,
Hi.
back to talk about movies that we missed in the past. And so this week I decided to do Just Wright, starring Queen Latifah and Common. Came out in 2010. Hey, Marlon, welcome back.
Yeah, Marlon's here. He says, "Hey, Roomies, this was a good movie."
So this is another film about love and basketball, but a different love story. Um, I think it was the first one I can recall Queen Latifah being in.
The first rom-com.
Yeah.
You might be right.
And it was definitely my first time seeing Paula Patton as an actress. Because this time she was still married to Robin Thicke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and we also have what was it not? Deborah Martin Chase, and then also what is her name?
Felicia Rashad.
Yes, Felicia Rashad.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a young McCad Brooks plays Common's best friend. He'll go on to play like Eggs and True Blood and stuff like that.
Okay.
Pam Grier.
Yep, Pam Grier.
And also, we have, of course, a lot of basketball folks who show up.
Mm-hmm.
So Dwight Howard, Dwayne Wade, Rashad Lewis, Bobby Simmons, Jalen Rose, Rohan Rondo, Chris Paul, Doris Burke, John Legend. Of course, not a basketball player, but brand. They're also in this movie as well. And Laz Alonso briefly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In the beginning.
Mm-hmm. So pretty well known group of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the film. So it's pretty simple. Queen Latifah is like a physical therapist, and Common is Big Knight. His last name is McKnight, and he plays for the New Jersey Nets. Sure. And Paula's playing her cousin and best friend, right? And her name is Morgan, and she wants to be a basketball wife more than anything, right? She figures this is going to be the way to get the life that she wants. She wants to have those bags. She wants to have that fame and that wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's figuring out how to do it. And honestly, she does it. Like, she does it. She goes to the game this very tight dress and everything, trying to catch somebody's eye. Later that night, because she goes with Leslie, who is Leslie's Queen Latifah's character. And Leslie's got the jersey and the jeans on.
She's a fan.
She's a fan, right? She's like, "What are you doing in this dress?" But anyway, they go to the game. They have a good time. Well, Leslie does anyway. And Morgan finds like a party to go to with some other aspiring basketball wives.
Mm-hmm.
We go meet some players. And on the way home, Leslie, Idlewild, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Marlon says, first saw Paula Patton in Idlewild. Fun facts, Paula Patton and Laz Alonso were also in Jumping the Broom.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I saw that one too.
Have I seen Jumping the Broom? Seems like I have.
Have you seen Idlewild?
Definitely seen Idlewild. I saw that at the theater.
Me too.
Yeah. You can't be an Outcast fan without seeing Idlewild.
Literally in Atlanta. Like
Right. So yeah, but yeah, Paula Patton was in that, and that was before she was Paula Patton. So
right,
yeah, didn't know who
she was. But Leslie runs into McKnight at the gas station. He's on his phone talking very loudly about his community like service project for the kids. Right for the kids. Right. He like doesn't know how to work his new car or whatever, and so the very first thing she does. And the things that she does throughout this whole movie is help him. So she helps him out with that. And she doesn't crowd him too much. And he's like kind of impressed with her knowledge or whatever. So, fine. He finds her the next day because he no. They go to
they went to a party.
They go to a party where they know that he's gonna be at, right? So Morgan and Leslie both show up. Of course, Morgan's on a mission, right? And she meets McKnight, and she's like, well, he wants something different, so I'm gonna give him something different. And so she tells him, oh, this party is so great, whatever, but I gotta go. The place that I volunteer with, one of the volunteers are sick and they can't come in today, so I need to go and work. I'm so sorry I have to leave the party so early. And Leslie is pissed. Because she wanted to say, I don't blame her.
Right. I would have been pissed too.
Yeah, I was like, can I call you a cab? Like,
man, like, really?
Yeah.
So
we just got here. What?
Right. I am in the middle of a conversation. Like,
how about you can do something different, and I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
But they leave, and he asks for her number, and she's like, oh, well, I've dated players before. I don't really want to do that again, whatever. And so she doesn't give him the number. And Leslie's like, what are you doing? Like, she's like, oh, he'll find me. I'm doing a little different, whatever. But it works.
Definitely works.
Mm-hmm. He shows up like the next morning at her house because he knows people. So he just found out where she lives.
I know. Yeah.
And showed up uninvited.
A little stalkerish, but hey.
Didn't even ask. Like, it's also the morning. Like, anyway. So, that kind of starts their kind of whirlwind 3-month relationship. And he gets like this new contract and everything. So he's making a lot more money and stuff. And he asks her to marry him. And it's only been 3 months. And she's like, yes, of course I'll marry you. And at the same time, she's telling Leslie, he's really changed me, It's just, she's like, it's more than just the status and everything. Like, she's actually in love with him or whatever. And Leslie's like, okay, you say so. I guess I'll believe you, So they get married and everything, and things are going okay. And then he gets injured. And his career might be over.
Yeah.
So they have him with this physical therapist, this blonde woman who's like on top of him.
She's stretching him out.
I don't know how necessary that position is for what you're doing, but
right.
And Morgan doesn't like it. She's like, I know, she's after him or whatever. So she has Leslie come in because Leslie is her non-threatening cousin.
Right.
Nobody is attracted to Leslie for some reason. Everybody just sees her as a friend.
Right.
Oh, and that was the date she had with Laz Alonso.
Yeah, that was the running theme. That she is the homie. They have great times, but they can't see past the homie with her. So,
which I was watching some reactions and stuff. People were like, "It's just not realistic." It's not realistic.
It's completely not realistic, but yeah, we had to go with something for the movie.
Yeah, I guess. Right. So things are getting tough. Morgan brings on Leslie to be the physical therapist, and she's doing a good job. Everybody's much more comfortable and happy with her around. But Morgan is just feeling more distant. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Because times are getting hard. Morgan's not here for the hard times, okay? She wanted, and also like he might not be as famous and rich anymore. She was there to be famous and rich.
Right.
So she left him with the ring and a note, moving back in with Leslie, which I was like, okay.
She got to move on.
Yeah, but the thing is, when she does this, McKnight's mom, played by Felicia Rashad, like fires Leslie almost. And so Leslie's like, I'll go, but I'm going to be back. And so she goes back to her house and talks to Morgan about it. And I'd be so pissed off for a myriad of reasons, but also my job.
Yeah.
And I just bought this house.
Yeah, but remember, the mom and Morgan didn't necessarily get along. Like
no, they didn't.
Yeah, like they kind of saved face, but in all actuality, they didn't care for each other.
No.
And I think that's because the mom kind of see her for her work.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's more about like what Leslie says to Morgan is, you couldn't give me a heads up. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
right.
Your marriage or whatever is one thing, but you're also messing with my job. You couldn't give me a heads up.
And I took a leave of absence from my actual 9 to 5 to come help you out.
Right.
And this is what you do, you know. And because I mean, she had a good rapport with them, you know. And but at the end of the day, that's her family, you know. So she's like, yeah, like you kind of betraying. That's kind of a betrayal. You know, that you could at least gave me a heads up that this was about to happen, so I could be prepared for it. Because now they looking at me crazy,
right? Because they think you knew you were in on everything,
and I ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I am just a physical trainer,
right?
You the one told me you had changed and you were in love. I didn't know you were lying to everyone.
right.
So, you know, she has that confrontation, and Morgan is just like, look, I want the same things that I wanted in the beginning, okay? Like, and you know, we all can't be a saint, is what she says. I was just like, oh girl, come on. So, you know, she's off doing her thing, trying to be another NBA player or whatever. And this time, you know, Leslie goes back to the house and she's still trying to care for him, even though he's ignoring her, doesn't want to talk to her, doesn't want to eat, doesn't want to get out of bed. He's still sad and brokenhearted, you know, whatever. Even though their whole relationship was very shallow. Like, my guy, you're a grown man and you decide to get married in 3 months?
Right.
You're not some innocent babe. Like, you know what I
mean? No. Like,
you're also in the NBA surrounded by these types all the time. Right.
It wasn't that much time for you to be that invested to where you're sick in the bed like that. But I guess it was a combination of things. Like your fiance leaves you, and then who was that came over? Dwight Howard, and told him that they looking to maybe not renew his contract. And then on top of that, he got this injury. So I think it was just a combination of things to where he was just like, I'm done. 1, 2, 3, I'm out. You know.
So eventually Leslie pours ice on him to get him out the bed.
Yeah, because she still got a job to do.
You're definitely not going to get back in basketball. You stay in this bed.
Right.
Also, I still need to get paid.
Okay.
You see all these repairs me and my daddy are trying to make on this house.
Okay.
And he's only halfway decent at it.
Right.
No, I really did like her relationship with her father. I thought it was really sweet.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't really care for that whole earring scene with
that was dirty.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up.
Also, it never came back, which is weird.
Yeah, and it's just like, how do you automatically just skip over your actual daughter? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's obviously wanting to find love because she's out here going on blind dates and the shit ain't panning out, you know? So it's like,
her mother feels like she's not trying because she wore a jersey and jeans to a basketball game.
That is funny. Like, that's laughable. Yeah. But then again, that goes to the narrative that she's the homie.
Right.
You know.
So that same night her mom would come out with these sparkly dangly earrings, and she's like, these are the earrings I wore when I met your father or whatever, and I know you don't like these kinds of things, so I'm just gonna give it to your cousin in front of you.
Yeah. And I told this heartfelt story.
Right.
You know, so
we're not going to talk about it ever again. We're not going to actually see her wearing them.
And she wore them that night when she met McKnight.
She wore it, right? But you would think she would also like have them on like when they were engaged or married. You know what I mean?
Or at least pass them over to the cousin. You know?
Yeah,
you'll get some luck out of them too.
Right. After you broke up with him.
Yeah. But hey,
mom never apologizes.
No. She didn't see nothing wrong with it. And then Leslie didn't voice her concern.
She didn't her either.
Yeah. So it was just something that happened and we moved on from it.
So you know, they're breaking up and Leslie's taking care of him and he's out of the bed now. So they're doing a lot more stuff together, and they kind of bond over their love of music and everything. So we get a little bit of Queen Latifah singing a little bit, which is cool because she has a jazz album. This was also around the time she was doing like her whole Queen line with CoverGirl, and so there is like one point where they're doing makeup and you see them like focus on the makeup, and that's why.
Yeah, they were a sponsor for sure.
So they have this like little moment on the piano that's supposed to be romantic, but Common cannot act
at all. And I'm tired of people not acknowledging this point. He cannot act. No. His voice stays the same. It's a very monotone voice. It doesn't matter. He can be running from a burning building. He's going to be like, oh my God, the building's on fire. We got to get everybody out. Like, give me somebody else.
An emotion. Give me an emotion.
Just one. That's all I ask for.
I don't hear. And it's not even weird. Right. It's not even like he's that charming or anything either.
He's not. And he's okay. He's okay looking. He's not like breathtaking or anything like that. No. You know, no. He's not on the top 5 or a top 10 list of people that you want to smash before you die. Like, he's none of those people. And
I mean, he's the Hollywood introduction to Hollywood boyfriend. So.
Yeah, like, and he's a pass around. Like, he's a pass around.
You know, you get your studio apartment and you get Common.
Yeah, you know, and his music ain't all that great either. Like, he got a couple hits that weren't hit. Like, I don't get it. Is it because he's light skinned? Like, I don't.
Well, you know, people are like, "Oh, he's such a conscious rapper" or whatever. So, I don't know. You know, like he's like intelligent and emotional or whatever at the time.
I don't know. I'm okay. I'm cool. I'm cool on Common.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. But that man cannot act worth a damn. Marlon says Leslie's mom gave Camille Monica's mom from Love and Basketball vibes.
Yes, very much.
She wanted Leslie to be a girly girl. Common is a decent actor, in my opinion. That man can't act, but you know what I mean? You're entitled to your opinion. But yeah, you are definitely entitled to your opinion. And that opinion is what keeps him employed. So, you know.
Hey, I'm glad somebody enjoys him, okay?
Yeah.
So you don't have to feel what I'm feeling.
I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. And I think it was extremely evident in Barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
When he was going off, he was like, but his voice stayed the same. I was like, oh my God, this is torture. Like, so, but I digress. Yeah.
Imagine him and Gal Gadot in a movie together.
Him and who?
Gal Gadot.
Lord, I'm not.
No.
Not watching it. No, absolutely not.
Mm-mm. Oh my God. Anyway. So they have like this little romantic moment on the piano, whatever, and it's just it's not there in the face. It's not.
You know what's so funny is I would have accepted Queen Latifah and Grant Hill.
Queen Latifah is great. She has a lot of charm. She can actually act.
Right, but I would have bought Queen Latifah and Grant Hill before I would have bought Queen Latifah.
I don't know about Grant Hill because I remember
when Grant Hill was on Living Single.
Exactly, I hated it.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying though. I would have bought Queen Latifah and Grant Hill more than I would have bought Queen Latifah and Common. I did not buy it.
They should have had what's his name who was playing Scooter.
Who?
Oh,
gotcha. Yeah, they were the perfect.
I mean,
that would have been such a throwback, but she probably wants to keep living.
They had chemistry, you know.
They had extreme chemistry. You know, he was married back then. Yeah, he was married back then. But they had great on camera chemistry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not like she can't pull it off.
Yeah. 100%.
This whole movie feels like Friends.
Yeah.
They don't feel very romantic. And they have that moment, they kind of back off and stuff like that. His life turns around a little bit. He's back on the team. They're headed to the NBA finals. He's out there playing, he's playing scared. She gives him a little pep talk and he's back on it, back on the game, whatever. And so he also, as a thank you, takes her classic Mustang that she's had that has like this little bend in the door that she calls the dimple that reminds her of her grandfather. He has it all restored and everything except for the dent, so she can keep that little dimple. They go to a really nice dinner and they spend the night together, and they don't have a love scene. We don't actually even see them kiss here.
No.
They're just in bed together, maybe topless, staring at each other in the face. Yeah. And the part where they might kiss, we can't see because their shoulders in the way.
Yeah.
It's
weird. I wonder why they chose that.
It's weird.
Yeah. I wonder why they made that decision.
Imagine that with Paula Patton.
That wouldn't have happened with Paula.
That would not have happened.
Yeah.
So I really want to know what the hell was going on here.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they tried and they kept laughing. I don't know. Like, and they was just like, you know what? We're just gonna have to go.
This is the best take we've got.
Yeah. So, we're gonna make it implied and just move on.
So the next morning, he's left and he's got her breakfast in bed or whatever. And she's super happy, and she's taking the tray downstairs, and Morgan shows up. And she's trying to reconcile because things are good again.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And she doesn't even ask why Leslie is there in a bathrobe answering the door.
Well, she moved in, so I guess she just assumed that that's why she was there in the bathrobe.
No,
because
she doesn't even ask her what's going on. Like, she's not concerned at all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Nope, she didn't even ask to come in.
Mm-mm. She's like, "Let me in. I'm coming." No, she says, "I'm coming in." I was like, "Oh, damn, all right."
Right.
And so she gets there, and then Scott gets there, and he's like, "Yeah." And Morgan's like, "I want to get back together," and he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I have to think about it."
Thought long and hard, didn't he?
Yeah. So of course Leslie is feeling hurt and everything. She decides to leave, and he lets her go because, like, we were married and da-da-da. Like, for how long, my guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're still that shallow, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You still don't understand why y'all didn't work out.
Yeah. He wanted the trophy on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
The stereotypical trophy.
Yeah. Because they kind of act like Morgan is this bad woman, but she's not. She's completely honest.
Yeah. And I guess because her intentions were not ideally what you would want is why she was considered bad.
Right.
But like you said, she was very upfront.
Yeah.
So.
And like you can tell from her behavior.
Yeah. Like she was definitely true to form.
Yeah. And they kind of they kind of make it like she was kind of tricking him or something. It's like, no, you expect me to believe an NBA star has no concept that women like this are out there?
Right.
No experience with it. He don't know anybody else who's been through anything like this.
Right. Like, this is a constant.
Yeah.
A constant thing.
At this point, it feels a lot like a male fantasy
kind
of thing. Because there's this really, really hot girl, who really wants you, whatever. But she did you bad. But you got this woman who actually really cares about you and just kind of gives you everything and is serving you all the time. And you can sleep with her too, and that's cool. But but now I get to go over here and like shit on the hot girl for treating me bad. Sir, you had options the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you could have not dealt with neither one of them, got somebody new.
And again, it wasn't like this was a very deep relationship or anything. It wasn't like they had years invested, children. No.
Yeah. Right.
So,
It wasn't that deep.
yeah. And we get this scene where Scott and Morgan are at this restaurant, and he wants to order some liquor. I can't remember what it was. But she's like, no, she wanted to try something different. And she's asking the waiter, the server, who's also an actor. I cannot remember what his name is, but he's very cute. She's asking him about, oh, do you have the sake? Is it this? Is it that? Is that the one with the melon? Whatever. She knows what she wants to drink. Right. And for some reason, this is a problem with Scott. And like, she has knowledge about what she wants. It's not like she's just trying it because it's new and trendy. She knows what it is.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But for some reason, Scott disapproves.
I don't know. Maybe he was just looking for a reason at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, maybe, but they could have provided something much easier than that, because it just makes it look like he doesn't like the fact that she knows things.
Yeah. Right. But then he wants the woman that knows a lot of things.
Right. Well, as long as she's using it to help him, help him with his injury, help him with his career.
Right.
Now he does do nice things for her too. Like getting her name out there as a physical therapist and everything for the NBA, saying what a great job she's done, getting the car restored and stuff like that. But as far as like the first part, as far as the great job she's done, that's what you should be doing anyway.
Yeah. I mean, and he didn't have to say a word. I mean, it was evident because he got back in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, who helped him? Oh, Leslie such and such. Oh, she did a great job. Let me go on ahead and see if she'll be available to come on as the team physical therapist or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to put a good word in. Her work speak for itself.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So
think it would have happened.
He's also kind of putting her job on the line if he doesn't get back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So clearly she knows what she's doing. So you didn't really.
All the more reason why she had to go over there and talk to Morgan when she broke up with him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, because if he wasn't getting in that game one way or another, that would have been her fault, even if it had nothing to do with his injury.
100%.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's cool, whatever. But again, like, that would have been apparent by his success in the game.
Right.
So she's getting headhunted by a bunch of different basketball teams to like come be their team physical therapist. She's working on this, the Nets give her an offer, and she's like, well, let me think about it for a couple of days. Because she's thinking, I'm gonna have to work with Scott, and she's like, I don't really want to do
that. Which is fair.
Yeah, I don't blame her either.
Yeah.
Because if I were her, I would never go back. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I don't really think there's too much you could say to make me want to go back.
Yeah, I mean, that was a messy situation.
Yeah.
It was very messy.
Even if that wasn't my cousin and best friend.
Yeah.
I still don't think
Yeah. No. Right. Like, that was very messy.
Yeah. Because I've been over here not doing my job, but then also emotionally supporting you to the point where he's like, is that part of your job? Just do your job. Like, okay.
You sure right.
Now we're over here being romantic or whatever, and the minute she comes back, you're like, oh, I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, I know a few things, so I'm just gonna go.
Right. Exactly. I know where the exit is.
I've got my new NBA physical therapy career, so later.
Right.
Whatever. However, there's this, you have the big gesture in any rom-com. So the big gesture here is Scott's on this like interview, and he's talking about his recovery with Leslie and everything. And he's, praising her for all the work she did and how she made him feel, blah, blah. And that's when he realizes he loves her. Like, what? Anyway. So,
right.
Morgan's also watching, and she also realizes how he's feeling, whatever. And she's like, you should go, talk to Leslie, because I guess that's supposed to be a big sacrifice for her to say that.
Right.
Anyway. So he like chases her to this interview in Philadelphia tells her that he loves her and that they should get back together. He's like, I know you love me even though you're angry. He's like, yeah, but and?
Right. Right. You can love a lot of things that you don't need.
Yeah. But she accepts him and then also accepts the position at the Nets. And then we see like a year later, and Leslie and Morgan are seeing him play and everything, and they're doing well. She's one of their athletic trainers and everything, and they're married.
Yeah, they're
We
married.
don't get to see a wedding.
No. No. And then Morgan's back to wearing tight dresses to basketball games. So I guess that's the happy ending.
For Scott.
Yeah.
Scott got everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, okay, this is the ending. He got the girl. All right. Yeah. So
no, I can remember when this came out, of course. This is 2010. So this is before anybody probably ever really heard of body positivity or anything like that.
Yeah.
So to have Queen Latifah in a starring role as a rom-com was really a departure.
Yeah, from the norm. This movie went completely different than I thought it was going.
Oh, what'd you think it was going?
I thought it was gonna be like a straight up rom-com. Like I didn't even think about the Paula Patton characters of it all. I thought it was just gonna be just a straight up boy meets girl, boy courts girl. They have a little conflict, and then they get together in the end. I didn't even fathom that it may be like a plus size girl versus a thin girl type of narrative or anything like that. So when I saw that play out, I was just like, wow. Because I mean, if we're gonna go off of aesthetics, Queen Latifah look better than Paula Patton.
I think they're both beautiful, honestly.
They are.
And the idea that Queen Latifah would have that much trouble is absolutely ridiculous.
Yes. I'm like, Queen Latifah is gorgeous.
Yeah. There's literally no play this reverses. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I can, but that's the thing, because it's definitely believable for her to be the homie. But what ain't believable is for people to drop her for being a homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can definitely see somebody falling in love with her, especially because she's the homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I would see her having the problem, because she can't pick. Because
her friends keep falling in love with her.
Because everybody keeps falling in love with her because she's the perfect person. She's beautiful, she's intelligent, and she's the homie. She's everything that you would want. You know what I'm saying? So I can see her having the problem of picking who she wants, not the other way around. Like that was completely unbelievable.
Yeah.
So. But I mean, and she plays a great homie. Like, she plays a great homie. So
you believe her.
Yeah.
When she's 100%. Talking all the stats, whatever, you believe she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. Like, especially that scene with her commenting Felicia Rashad when she was running his high school stats down. That was wild. Because it's like, you legit are a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can have the biggest fans that don't know people's college stats or shit. They probably don't know their rookie stats.
And all the way to high school?
Like, you went to high school? So, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, I didn't care for that narrative with them pretty much going up against each other for Common. And then and Paula was supposed to be the pretty one that everybody wants. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, yes, Paula is pretty. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. Paula is definitely pretty. It's just like, if we're gonna go there and we're gonna base people on aesthetics, I think that Queen Latifah was better. And it just wasn't believable that somebody would, pick Paula over Queen Latifah, especially not really knowing them like that.
It's believable to me if you're that kind of guy, which a lot of guys with that kind of status are.
Yeah.
She is the type that you would pick.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When you say it like that, yeah. But
I mean, you could see her on a show like Basketball Wives. Like,
yeah. You could definitely see her on the show like Basketball Wives.
Yeah.
But the actual basketball wife would be Queen Latifah. So,
to someone who really values her, which I don't think Scott does.
No, I don't either. But yeah. I don't know. I just didn't like that whole narrative of putting them against one another. But
I didn't like it.
In that time, those type of narratives existed.
Yeah, very popular.
Yeah. So yeah.
And I guess the only way you're going to get any kind of plus size rom-com happening.
And that's the killer part, that Queen Latifah is considered plus size. Because she looked thin back then.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, compare like Hollywood, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Hollywood aesthetics, absolutely.
Yeah.
She's plus size, but it's just funny that she, I don't know. Because
that she's so plus size, it's so unbelievable that anybody would ever, you know?
Yeah. And it's like, she ain't on 600-pound life. Like, the hell? Like, I guess. They make it seem like she got to walk in room sideways or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But this was also the director here also did the movie Something New. I don't know if you saw that.
Who's in that?
Sanaa Lathan and Simon Baker. Interracial relationship.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. And then also Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants too.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it, but I know that one.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I saw that one either, but yeah. But yeah, so when this movie came out, reception, it was mid. That's how people felt.
I didn't believe it. Like this, I remember when it came out, and I just was like,
yeah. I don't think I've seen it since I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
But the budget was $12 million and made $21.5 million, which is not bad, considering how mid it is. So
yeah, and $12 million. So, wow. So they didn't really. I guess all those NBA players probably got like day rates or something.
Or they were doing it as a favor. Because I was wondering, like, did the NBA sponsor this movie? Because like, what is?
Yeah, because they use real NBA names.
Yeah.
Like,
also, Common is not a tall dude, and like the way they shoot the basketball scenes is not believable. Like, and I'm not even that much of a sports person, but it was just very like you can't follow what's going on. Like,
that was on purpose because he probably don't have good game. So, yeah. But yeah. 12 million, huh? Yeah, like, because like Queen Latifah was a big name, and she was a big name back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
because again, she had her cover girl thing going on at this time.
Right. She had did Chicago already,
or was it this already? Dang, I thought Chicago was after this.
I thought Chicago was before this. I thought Chicago was in. Like, let's see. When was Chicago? 2002.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
It was 2002. Wow. For some reason I think it's much in that. But yeah. She'd already done barbershop and beauty shop and like. Oh no, The Perfect Holiday was before this. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, so she I forgot Tay Diggs was in Chicago.
Yes.
But she was a big name. I would have thought her rate would have been 12 million,
Well, Hollywood.
Maybe it is a favor.
They don't always like to pay people what they're worth.
This is true. This is true. But yeah.
So, do we want to go ahead and rate the movie then?
Sure. All right. So we have our rating system. We have 1 movie real trash AF, 2 it exists, 3 entertaining, 4 great, 5 a true classic. Maria, what say you?
I would give it a 2. How about you?
2. 2. Definitely a 2. It exists.
It exists. It does.
If you don't feel like changing the channel after watching another movie and you want to start cleaning your house, you can watch it.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's about the best I can give it. But yeah, that is 2010's Just Wright.
So what do we got for next time?
So next time, we're just gonna go full-fledged horrible movie. The Bobby DeBarge story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bobby DeBarge, from the famous DeBarge family.
Of course.
It is on Peacock.
Okay.
But when it came out, it's a TV One original movie. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Greenleaf?
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember what's his name? Lamar Dunbar? Is that how you? No, wait, hold on. The preacher's son.
The son, yeah.
Okay.
The son is gay?
Huh?
The son is gay.
No, the son wasn't gay.
Oh, that was the husband.
Yeah, that was the daughter's husband.
Yeah, that was the daughter's husband.
Okay, so you remember the son? Remember he
the light skinned dude.
Huh?
It's the light skinned dude, the scammer.
No. He was dark skinned. Remember he was on Why Did I Get Married?
Okay, so who is his father?
Who is whose father?
The son that you're talking about.
The preacher.
There are more than 2 preachers and 2 sons.
Right. Okay. The head preacher.
Okay.
Keith David. Okay. Keith David's son.
Okay.
He was in Why Did I Get Married? Remember he had 2 kids. And he had a boy and a girl. The girl had a boyfriend that was abusive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Her boyfriend is who plays Bobby DeBarge.
Okay.
And his father, we just talked about him when we was talking. Huh?
They seem pretty young.
Yeah.
When did this movie come out?
This movie came out a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but his father, we just talked about when we was reviewing Hollywood Shuffle. His father is in a lot of Robert Townsend movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So yeah. So Marlon has seen Bobby DeBarge movie. He says the Bobby DeBarge story is horrible.
Thank you for letting us know, Marlon.
Yeah. Oh God, it's terrible. But
I appreciate your support.
Oh
Lord. Okay, great.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Hey, you had me watch The Room, so we are equal opportunity.
Classically bad. It's classically bad. How much did you laugh?
Oh, it was funny.
Exactly.
But I don't know if nothing takes the cake like The Room, but this one's up here. This one has 1 or 2 of the ingredients.
We should also watch The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to get into that one day. But yeah, so the Bobby DeBarge movie, or story. Yeah. It's a like in real life, it's a terrible story.
Yeah, he was so young when he died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. He died of AIDS. So,
oh.
Yeah. And their real life story, like, it's so sad. The DeBarge family is a sad story. And they have a documentary. Somebody did a documentary on them, and it's supposed to be coming out soon, but it's like won awards and stuff. at festivals and whatnot, because their story is tragically bad. But I'm not gonna get into the story till we review it. But yeah, yeah, but yeah. So,
all right. Well, where can people find you online, Lindsay?
Yeah. So you can find me everywhere at L_Ranelle. That's L_RANELLE. And Maria. Oh, yeah. And also my other podcast, The Ish We Talk, where me and my cousin talk about hot topics. We are filming here in an hour. So,
so you better hop over, subscribe, get that notification, put on that bell like you did for us. Do it for them.
Yes, absolutely. The Ish We Talk is available everywhere.
And don't want to miss it.
Yeah, we will be live in an hour on YouTube. So
hot topics, be in the audience.
Yes, we're definitely diving into the Diddy trial.
Oh God.
Yeah, amongst a couple other things that happened this week that people are not really talking about because everybody was engulfed in the Diddy trial. So
everything is a mess.
A hot ass mess. So Maria, where can we find you?
You can find me online pretty much on Blue Sky, Instagram, maybe at Valor More Dollars. That's VALARMOR Dollars. I'm also on another podcast called Nerdgasm Noir, where we talk about nerdy, geeky, pop culture, sci-fi, tech things with 5 other Black ladies. So you can come over and join us there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So want to thank you guys for viewing us this afternoon to review Just Wright. And we will see you guys for episode 81, the Barge story.
Join us and watch me suffer.
Yes, absolutely. You know, we like to torture. All right. We will see you guys then. Bye.
Bye.